Hello YouTube and welcome to the Miniature Construction Company. The subject of today's video is going to be the fitting of this 260 motor and gearbox. Now if you watched the last video, apart from it being a bit of a disaster, I did have, or I thought I had, an issue with the pinion gear on the end of the 180 motor keeps spinning off or spinning up. So it wasn't getting any traction. However, it turned out to be the actual gearbox itself. This shaft, there must be a little gear inside, and it's just spinning on the this shaft basically. So there's no power being transmitted to any of the wheels. No matter, because we've got this bad boy to stick in. Now, the tray, or the little tray it comes with, looks virtually identical. It's not quite, but it's virtually identical to the WPL item. And so far, all I've done is remove these brackets. There's one at the rear as well, but I've put that one back on. And you basically remove those two brackets, you remove the axle, and this allows this tray to be slid in the frame rails, and then it bolts or screws on, the fuel tank screwed onto the frame rails in effect. So what I'm about to do, because I've got some metal drive shafts, I've got to try and remove the plastic ones that it comes with and solder the connector wires off the old motor onto there. So I'll do that and get back to you in a minute. So I've managed to remove the little universal joints that come with the motor. These incidentally did put up quite a fight. Normally you can prise them off, but I've had to get a pair of snips on and cut them off because it looks as though they've been bonded on quite well. The next job then is to unsolder this cable and solder the appropriate wires off the old motor onto the new one, and then affix this in the right then. I was sort of going to go through step by step and show you what I've done, but it's pretty straightforward. I sort of got a little bit carried away with myself and finished it off. All I've basically done is solder the wires onto the motor, screw the motor back in with these two screws here, back into the holder, if you like, the little gearbox holder, replace the brackets for the frame, and bolt the axle back on. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm not going to bother putting the bodywork back on yet, because I want to try it outside. I'm going to set up a bit of a ramp and try it outside, and B, I think to clear the back of the motor, I'm going to have to trim a little bit of the bodywork out. So I'm not going to put the bodywork back on yet. I'm going to try it like it is first. Now then, boarded outside, we're going to do a climb test. I've set the board at roughly 45 degrees. I've left the bodywork off. This is just a test, so I'm going to see if how well it climbs up the board. So here we go. Oh, no problem at all. Right, I'm going to increase the angle and try again. Okay, a few degrees steeper, so let's see how we get on. Well, once again, absolutely no issues there whatsoever. Let's make it a bit steeper still. Again, a few degrees steeper. Let's see how we get on. Absolutely no trouble. I wonder how far we can actually go with it. Absolutely powers up, it does. No problem at all. Let's make it a bit steeper. It's pretty steep now. Let's try it again. Ooh. One more go. Do you know, if it had a bit more traction, probably a bit tyre weights, I think it would actually make that. I think it would actually get up that. Oh, let's just try again. See if we can get about halfway up. Ooh. No, I definitely think that's about its limit. But I'm absolutely certain if it had a little bit more traction, it would actually climb that, no problem. Another bit of a test. The grass is quite long at the moment and damp, so it's very hard going. So just see how it copes with the grass, really. Again, absolutely no issues there. Plenty of torque. See how it copes with a little bit of gentle crawling. So there we go. I must admit the control is absolutely fantastic. There's so much torque there. It knocks the 180 motor into a cocked hat. It really. Wow, I'm seriously impressed with that. That absolutely knocks the 180 motor into a cocked hat. It really does. I would heartily recommend that people get one of these. I don't think they're particularly expensive. I got this on eBay. I will put a link in the description to it. It's got bags of torque, bags of controllability. It is absolutely streets ahead of this thing. I can't even begin to describe how much better it is. Like I say, I would heartily recommend anyone purchase one of these little 260 motor and gearboxes. I did notice that, I don't know if I mentioned before, that top speed isn't very high, but it must be geared for torque. That's all I can say, and there seems to be absolutely bags of it. Really impressed. Completely transformed this little truck. I am really impressed, genuinely really impressed. Can't wait to get the bodywork back on. Like I said to you before, I think I just need to cut a little notch in the back there, and that should fit no problem at all. And it was super easy to do as well. It was literally almost a straight swap for the 180 that was in it. So it gets a thumbs up from me. Really impressed. I will also in the next video be fitting a light kit, so make sure you stay tuned for that. As ever, if you found this video of some use and interest, please give it a like, and if you're feeling that way inclined, subscribe. Thanks for watching.